mobility will be maintained. That's it. Okay. So I'll start off with the always keep water with you whenever you're working out. We need to keep your body hydrated, and towel definitely, so that yeah. Okay. I guess it's visible, right? Okay. So
yeah, it's visible. Shashank, you're on mute.
is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. So before starting the workout, we need to ensure that our body is warmed up, as I said. So we will just ensure that we will do the basic joints movement, starting from your neck. First is side to side. Slowly, side to side. Five times. Okay. Then up down 5 times. Slowly. Don't speed this. As slowly as possible. Then very slowly rotation clockwise and anti-clockwise 5 times. Okay. Please do it slowly. Don't speed the neck movement. Neck is a very delicate part. Try and make circle from your head.
Uncle, night the Varan.
Okay. Now, once it is done, now head, neck is done. Okay. Now, what is the next joint? Is the shoulder joint. So for shoulders, put your fingers over here, and you can start making 0 from your elbows. 5 times in front direction, then 5 times reverse. Okay, so now I've worked upon my shoulder joints. I'll just give one more mobility, which is the full circles from your arm. 5 times both the arms, front and reverse. Okay. Now we've taken care of this. Now what is the next joint? It's the wrist. Okay. So clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Now done. Done for neck, shoulder, wrist. Now we'll go for the waist. Okay. So now just to make waist, a little mobility, just add a little mobility. You start making circles from your waist. Okay. You need to make circles. The way you were making from your shoulder and elbow, similarly. Clockwise and 5 times anti-clockwise. Okay, now after your waist, the next joint becomes your knees. So I will just show you what to do for knees. So okay, for knees, again, hold both the knees. Okay, just raise your toes a little like this. Okay, okay. Now try and make circle from your knees. Now change, reverse. Okay, my toes, my heels are a little raised from the ground. Okay, my heels are a little raised from the ground. So now once we have done this, then the last one is for your ankle. Raise one of the legs, make circles. Reverse. Change. Change. Perfect. So now mostly my entire body is warmed up. I've taken care of all my joints. Every joint I've worked out. So now when I start working out, there is no injury, nothing like that. And okay, so I will just be taking very three basic movements. One being squat, okay. One being your chest. For squats will be for your lower body, okay. Only one exercise, especially for females who want to develop like a good figure or a good physique, for them who want to work and increase the size of the glutes and make their legs in shape, because women tend to accumulate more fat on their thighs and lower body than men. Men accumulate more fat on their sides, on their side stomachs or beaks or lower back, which is a problematic area for men. But for females, it is thighs and the glutes region and the lower body region where they accumulate most of fat. So for them, the best workout is squats. If they have to work to cut down that. Squats can be done in two types. Okay, for people who has to lose weight, they can do fast squats. Okay, fast squats, but more repetitions. Versus people who have to gain, they have to do less number of repetitions, but very slow. So one set I'll do fast and one set I'll do slow. So now people who have to gain or who have to lose weight or cut down fat, how they should be doing this. You should try and do 25 to 30 repetitions because it's your own body weight. Try and do as much as possible till failure. Okay? So, and I explain about the form also. So when you're doing it, okay, first rule, foremost rule is for everything that you do in the gym, your chest should be out, head up. Okay, chest out, head up, and back arch. For any workout, this is the basic thing. If you and 99% people do this wrong, is because they don't understand. For any gym, for any fitness person, this is like a physique wherein you should always walk like this. Your head high, shoulder, chest out, and back arched. Back arched. My head's looking either parallel or up, and my chest is out. Okay, so this would now put your hands in front or behind your head or here, wherever you're comfortable, or here, you can put it wherever you want, and you can start. So what I'm doing is, I'm going look at my positioning for my legs, my lower body, because this is a lower body focused workout. So just check my lower body, how is it moving? Okay. My knees don't go very beyond my toes. Okay. But here I'm looking up, my back is arched, and my glutes is at least parallel to the floor. Okay. People do it till here, it is wrong. You at least have to do it till here. Or till here, whatever you can reach, but it should be till here, minimum. Minimum you have to bend till here, then up, down and 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 up. The distance between my feet is the shoulder width apart. The distance between my feet is always shoulder width apart, okay? This distance only. When I'm going down, okay, I'm looking up. When I look up, automatically my back becomes arched. So then I don't have to specifically try and arch my back, but naturally my position comes in where the body is in arch. My back is already in arch shape. Okay. So people who are cutting down, you have to do like 20 repetitions, at least 15 to 20. Try to do in one set, and for as long as you can do this, if you're doing this 5 sets, whenever you do your legs, 5 sets every day, you would cut down whatever extra fat that you have, provided you just take adequate amount of protein. I will speak about how much of protein after the workout session. So people have to lose. Do as many of these squats you want till the time your legs get fatigued out. Do these squats. It is called as king of exercise. Squats is also a compound exercise, which helps in many muscles are coming together and helping you to do this. When you squat, your glutes, your hamstrings, my glutes, hamstrings, quadriceps, and calf, all of them are into action. So basically, my entire lower body is active when I do squats, and it's also called as the king of exercise. Squats and deadlift is because they are the exercises in which we burn maximum amount of effort is taken to do a squat or a deadlift than anything else. Okay, squats is really effective. That is the reason that it makes squats and deadlifts really effective. Okay, first thing becomes this. Now people who have to gain, what they should do. Okay, so as I said, people who have to gain, you only have to do less number of sets, less number of repetitions. People who are losing 20 to 25 repetitions, people who are gaining, they only have to do 8 to 10 repetitions, but very slowly. Slow is the key over here, okay? Because we don't have more weight which we can carry on our shoulder or on our back and can increase the stress. So we are following the other route, which is we are increasing the time under tension, okay? So instead of like for losing, we were doing fast reps. Now for cutting, I'll show you how slow I'll do. For gaining muscles, I'll show you how slow I'll do the sets, okay? So you can see how slowly I'm doing. Now, when I'm doing it very slowly, what is happening is that the time under tension, okay? Because I took almost close to 4 seconds. Yeah, I'll come to breathing. Breathing is very, very important, which everyone goes wrong. And for years, even I did wrong breathing. But now I've explained everyone about breathing. See, when we are working out, our body, each and every muscle, tissue, it requires oxygen. Okay. So overall, it is the amount of oxygen that your blood and body can circulate. It is really important that you should get adequate amount of oxygen while you're working out also. Breathing plays a very important role in lifting, okay? With the right breathing technique, you can increase your lifting by at least 15 to 20%. Now breathing, very, very simple formula. No one will tell you this. No one told me this. I have explored it myself, and very simple I have done it, made it, rather than going for different techniques for different exercises. Just remember one thing: whenever you have to increase, whenever you have to use your force or pressure, then you have to breathe out. Okay, whenever you are using your force, breathe out. Okay, and whenever you are against the motion wherein which is easy for you, always breathe out. Now in squats, when we are doing, well, going down is easy. Going down is easy because I'm going down with the gravity. It's easy for me to go down. But what is difficult is when I come up. Okay. So when I come up with a force, with a blast. But when I'm going down very slowly. Okay, I'm taking 4 seconds, 5 seconds to go down, but I take 1 second to quickly come up. Now, when I get up, when I'm using my pressure, my force, I breathe out. Okay, see. You can see the sound. I breathe even out. I try and breathe out because when you breathe out, it automatically gives you more pressure to push the weight. Okay, it goes naturally in the favor of human, lifting or moving any kind of weight. This technique that I'm telling you. Now, you do anything, any workout, just follow this technique. Now I'll explain how even for push-ups, the same technique can be used of breathing. Okay, I'll get into the how to do push-up correctly. It can be through nose or through mouth. Okay, there is no problem because take as much of oxygen as possible. Can be through nose, can be through mouth. That is not a problem. Your body needs oxygen. Okay. Second is I'll show you how even in push-up the same technique can be used. What I said is when you are pushing, when you're using your force, you breathe out. Okay. And when against the motion, against this, you always breathe in. Speed and slow. Okay. Squats, fast speed for weight cutting, slow speed for muscle gaining. Okay. For gaining is slow speed. So I mean, anyone who's very lean, he has to gain muscle size or some more muscles. Anyone wants to add on, they have to do it very slowly, as possible. And people who have to cut down weight, they have to do it as fast as possible. But yeah, I mean, at least 1 second so that the form is proper, the range of motion is proper. Don't compromise on the range of motion. As I explained it to you, you have to at least go parallel to the floor or down the floor. Breathing, whenever you are pushing, whenever you are using your force, breathe out. In squats, when we are getting up, we are pushing, we are using the force, right? So we breathe out. Maybe for even for chest, when you are doing push-ups, what happens is when we do push-ups, I'll just explain it to you. The second exercise is the push-up only. The first one that we, what was the first one is? Head up, chest out, back arch. Okay, I'm following all three. Okay, I'll explain you how even females can do it, women can do it, because they might not have the same strength as men, or even men who can't do a full push-up, they can do the knee push-up. Okay, so knee push-up, you just need to put your knees on the ground. For full push-up, you need to just get onto your toes. Okay, now just see my position from a side. I'm push-up ready. My chest is out, I'm looking up, I go down and push, down and push, down and push. Okay? Always you need to look up, try and look up and try and keep your back arch and chest out. You will never go wrong in form of any exercise. Now, the next thing that you have to ensure is when, if you can't do a full push-up, then how you are doing the, how to do a knee push-up. So when you do a knee push-up, for female especially, just cross your knees, cross your legs, okay, back arch, chest out. If you can hear, I'm breathing out with force so that you can hear my breathing and can correlate. Whenever I'm getting up, whenever I'm pushing up from the ground, I'm breathing out, okay? Because I'm using the force to get up from the ground. As I explained it to you, that mostly whenever you put force, you have to breathe out. Whenever it is the opposite, breathe in. What is a back arch? Okay, so I'll explain you back arch. So natural position of anyone who's standing should be this. Okay, but my back is, if you can see, my back is not in round position. Okay, most of the people they get this because most of the time you are watching, seeing, or into your laptop. So the natural condition, the natural position becomes this. This is the back round. This is rounding your back. This is when the chest out. Try and put your chest out. Automatically the back is arched. Okay. See, my back is arched. Now it's round. Okay. But now it's arched. Okay. Very, very small things makes a lot of difference. Trust me. 90% people go wrong in their forms is because they don't understand breathing technique and they don't understand that every workout they have to do from a natural position, which is always look up and always chest out for every workout, be it legs, be it chest. Even if you're working out in a gym, you just maintain this formula. You shouldn't be going wrong in the form. Now, in the chest, in the push-ups that we were doing, now people who have to lose weight, okay, again, do maximum, as many as possible, as many push-ups as possible, try and do in that set till you exhaust. Take a break, 10 seconds break, 15 seconds break, 20 seconds break, then again do the same number of push-ups or try and increase it by 1 or 2 numbers. Okay, in every set try and increase it by 1 or 2 numbers. For people who are not able to do full push-ups, as I explained, you can do the knee push-ups. Okay, try and do as many possible as knee push-ups. Slowly, you will develop a strength also to do the full push-ups. But always keep on trying doing the full push-ups also. For females, especially now, who have to gain as increase lose weight, they have to do more repetitions. For people who have to increase the muscle size, they have to do it again slowly. As I was doing squats, I'll show you how to do a push-up very slowly. Okay. Okay, I'll do it slowly now. Okay, so that's what take a lot of time to go down and fast up, down, fast up. Okay, I'm getting a lot of questions. Okay, squats, the toes can be, toes ideally should be outwards, maybe at a 45-degree angle outwards and shoulder width apart. Toes are always outward in squats. And the distance between your feet basically will act upon the different part of your quadricep muscle, which is your upper thighs. If your toe is pointing out, it works more on your, which part it should be working more upon. If the toe points out, or the toe points, okay, if the toe points out, it will always work on your inner effectively. If the toe is pointed in, it works on an outer effectively. But in squats, we never do squats pointing in. Okay, try and make a little angle wherever you're standing with the angle. Okay, a little pointed out only. Okay, but back arch I'll show 1 second because a lot of you are requesting. So see my back is curved. Okay. This is so just open up your chest. And I'm standing like this. I'll just do this. Okay. Now I'll show you the side posture. I'm standing like this. This is round back. Now, as soon as I open up my chest, it becomes arched, and I'm looking up. This is an actual position. So chest back, arch, look up. Your back is arched. Okay, the back is arched now. So don't go wrong in the back. People who get injury is also because they round their back while working out. Okay, we round our back when we sit, when we are studying, when we are working on the laptop. We always round our back, which is a problem of injury, which is the source of all the injuries. If you don't sit with a round back and you sit with an arch back, you would never ever get your lower back injury, lower back pain, lower back spasm, nothing. Plus the last thing that I'll show you, the mobility, if you do that every day, that will cut down any chance of any lower back injury or lower back spasm especially. Okay. So yeah, workout, you need to keep on drinking water between your workouts. I try and take one sip after every set. I do one sip, at least 1 to 2 sips, so that my body is hydrated, because we're sweating a lot. So a lot of water is required by your body also for normal functioning. And yeah, you should be sipping upon your water, during a workout, so that your body is always hydrated. Okay. Now we have done two. One was squat. One was, I'm just coming to belly. One was squat. One was the this thing, push-ups. Now deadlift. It is supposed to be one. If you'll ask me, one exercise to build your back or to cut down the fat that we have on our lower back. The lower back fat or the belly fat that we have, major workouts that act upon that is squats and deadlift. Okay, more than crunches. You do 1,000 crunches and you do or maybe 2,000 crunches and you do 50 good squats or 50 good deadlift. 50 deadlift and squats are better than those 1,000, 2,000 crunches. Okay, you will build your core, you will reduce your belly fat by doing deadlift and squats, not by crunches or by leg raises or hanging raises. You will not build abs over there. Okay, these are the workouts by which you are burning maximum amount of fat. Okay, because just understand, all your body muscles are functioning. When I'm sitting and getting up, my entire lower body is functioning. My entire lower body is acting together, working together. When I'm doing a deadlift, my entire upper body is acting together, working together. I'm just showing the deadlift, so that the maximum muscle activation happens. Now for deadlift, what I recommend is, if you're doing it at your house, maybe just pick up a bag, put in some weight in the bag, and just pick up your laptop bag or anything, or maybe pick up 2 water bottles of 2 liters. Okay, like for example, I have a bottle this. Okay, you just hold it here, fill it up and hold it here. It should at least be like 5 kgs or 10 kgs minimum, because only our upper body weight is not good enough for putting a good amount of stress on your lower back. The lower back exercise that we are doing, the deadlift exercise that we are doing, it is not good enough. Okay, so if it is like this one, or you can even try and pick up your exercise box. Okay, now shoulder width apart. Same, shoulder width apart. My legs are shoulder width apart. It is pointing, toe is pointing out. Okay, my back is arched, chest out, and I'm looking up. Same position. Okay, back arched, looking up, toes out, and shoulder width apart. So, two things that you have to note in this is, when I'm going down, try and always keep your back in the same position. Okay, it shouldn't round, it should always be arched. And when you feel that your back is started getting round, that is the point. You need to get up from there. Okay, weight, you should start with 5 kgs, 10 kgs, and then you can eventually increase the weight. Maybe if you have a bag, you can put in, or maybe you can have some bricks wrapped in a cloth. You can put it in the bag, or you can put some bottles filled with water in the bag. 2 liters, 4 bottles in a laptop bag is good enough weight for doing this deadlift. Or in case you have, what should I say, any other thing which is like, small but has weight, you can just try holding it from both the hands together. Okay, just for making it a little this thing, I'm just using this. See, this is always shoulder width apart. Okay, toe pointing a little out. See my toes. My toe is only a little out. Okay, it's not like two out. It's not 100% straight. It is a little out. Okay. Sideways. Basically, when you feel that your hands, your wrists have gone below your knee, that is a time to ideally get up. Okay, because if you try and go below that, you might round your back again. It wouldn't be in an arch position. The back might start getting round. If you try and go below your knee, so your wrist till your knee. What is the difference between squats and deadlift? Okay, so rest everything remains the same. The variation, the intensity remains the same. People who have to cut down, they have to do more repetitions. People who have to gain, they can increase the weight slowly and can do less number of repetitions. Okay, how to reduce thigh fat? These two exercises are the best: deadlift and squats. Maximum effort will come from squats, because squats is something which acts directly upon your. Okay, so I'll just tell you the muscles in the body, like where in the leg especially, which muscle is called. Okay, so in the legs, this is the quadricep muscle. Okay, the thigh muscle is the quadricep muscle. Then this is the hamstrings. This becomes your calf. Okay, and this is the glutes, quadricep, hamstrings, and calf. So when we do squats, okay, my entire it is very good for your glutes and your thighs. Okay, especially it will cut down the fat from both the places, even the core, because your entire core is. We are breathing out, we're getting up, we're putting force on the core, we're putting pressure on our core. So our core is totally in action. And to cut down the belly fat, the most effective exercise, if you'll ask me, is squats and deadlift, and not ab crunches or hanging leg raises or your leg raises. So with this, we have done the three important exercises which even the power lifters do. Which are the best leg exercise workouts that you can? Okay, the best leg exercises then can be many. I'll take up the question later on. Then these are the three exercises that the power lifters do usually, and this is also part of what is as called as powerlifting. The three movements are deadlift, squats, and bench. We are not doing bench press, but we are doing something which creates a similar stress on your chest as the bench press does on your chest, which is the push-ups. It is a good replacement for a bench press. So power lifters do strength training, people do these exercises, which is simple and which we will do at home and with your own body weight to build the physique that you would want. Now comes what to do after these three exercises. The one that we will do for our core, okay? Core, or you can say your midriff fat, that everyone is worried about and have been asking me questions about, which is now what we'll do is we'll do planks. So planks, I guess everyone know, or I will just explain you how to exactly do planks in a good form, wherein you can get the maximum impact on your core, and just take care of these few basic things, and you will not go wrong in the plank form. Now for planks, be it people who are cutting, be it people who are increasing, having a very strong core is a must for any kind of workout. We saw that deadlift, squats, which everything requires work of core. So if you have a strong core, that is not bad. It's always good to have like a very strong core. Planks is something which can definitely help you in attaining a strong core. Try and do for as long as possible till you are exhausted, till you can't take it, till you just leave it. You are not able to even breathe, then give it up. Give it up. Take a break, drink water, again do. Maybe 4 to 5 sets of planks, and with these, like if you're doing like these three exercises and plank, you can do every alternate day. Not every day I'll recommend, but every alternate day you can do planks, and with the repetitions that I said. Now I'll just show you how to do plank in the right form. So, 2-3 ways by which I can do. First way, okay, I'll show sideways. Again, getting onto the toes, look up, and don't do your core over here, or it shouldn't be over here. Okay? Or it should be the mid. Try and look up. And keep on breathing. Try and hold it for as much as possible. If you are able to hold it for over 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, then what you can do is you can put some weight on your back. You can put a bag on your back, or you can just weigh your bag with bottles and can do this because it will put more pressure and which you will be resisting by staying in that position. Main advantage of plank, as I said, that it is for your core, it's for your midriff. Everyone suffers from fat because stomach is the region where fat deposits the fastest, and for anything we need to have a very strong core. We even get injuries of lower back. If you have a strong core, you wouldn't get lower back injuries itself, because a strong core makes a strong back also, lower back also. And that is the reason that while we are doing deadlifts or squats, we are developing our core also. Okay, so for development of core, all three will help you in development of core: plank, deadlift, squats. Deadlift will help you in cutting down your fat from your midriff and cut down the fat from your lower back primarily, but it's a compound movement. It acts on your overall body, but the muscles activated are your primarily lower back. Squats, your entire lower body is into function. You can cut down your lower body fat, especially if done well with good nutrition. You can even increase your lower body muscle mass by doing the squats in the right way that I explained to you. So this becomes the 4 exercises which have been really, really important. Now, what is the other thing that people do for cutting down weight is cardio. Cardio is really effective only from a calorie deficit point of view. But if you will ask me, I'll say that these workouts will burn fat much faster than your cycling, swimming, running, anything that you're doing. Is why? Because your body is not only working for the time you're working out. Okay, what is happening is that the muscle have got broken down. Okay, now we will start the recovery process. We will eat, we'll take our protein, we will sleep in the night, body will release hormone. The repair process is going on for 24/7. Okay, when you work out, our body, our muscles take at least 24 hours to recover. If it's a small muscle like our arms, chest, it takes 24. Abs will take 24 hours to recover. But if it's a big muscle like your back or your legs, it takes up to 48 hours to recover. So imagine the workout for legs that you did day before yesterday is burning calories for you till today, is because still the repair work is going on. And that is the reason that we feel the pain in those muscles which we work out. And this pain is a sign of a good pain. This is a good pain. Eventually, then we start facing that, okay, if you don't feel this pain, the workout is not done good. So with this, I would like to conclude the workout part. Anytime you can do the workout, anytime you can do the work. Okay, I just wanted to explain to you guys lower back mobility, 1 or 2 stretching in that. Okay, just to conclude this. Lower back, deadlift is for lower back, but it cuts down your belly fat also. Now just lower back, the main problem that we were discussing about lower back is will be sorted. Just lie down over here and push your knees toward your chest, head down. Do this 10 times. Okay, 10 times both. Then keep your arms parallel. Lift your leg, the alternate leg, try and touch. Don't move your other leg. Change, reverse. Third one, third and last is same thing. Try and touch your wrist. Don't move your head, don't move your center body, only move your lower body. See, my leg is in the same position. Only my lower body is moving. And the last is like a arch. This will conclude the workouts. So we have done, I guess, for entire full body workout. This was starting off from warm up, ensuring first of all pre-workout meal. Then 45 minutes after that, warm up. In warm up, all joints movements. Okay, when joints are in motion, when the body is heated up, oxygen, blood circulation increases. Then we will start with the workouts. Squats, you will start off with first, target your lower body, do 5 sets, 15 repetitions, that's it. Second, go for push-ups if you have strength, do full push-ups. If you don't have that much strength, do knee push-ups, knee on the ground. One condition, posture, very, very important, always back, arch, chest out and head up. Posture, head up and back, arch, chest out, always. You will not go wrong in the form, any of the form. For increasing your muscle mass or increasing your body weight, do very slow if you're doing home workouts. If you're in the gym, you can increase the weight. But if you're doing in the house, if you are home workouting, if you're doing home workouts, then you can just reduce the speed. You can do it at any time, morning or evening, no problem. You can consume the pre-workout food also. Pre-workout means before workout, be it morning, be it evening, be it night, be it early morning, whenever you're working out. It's a meal that your body needs. It will help you to have a good workout session because your body would have adequate amount of energy for that workout session to give you the maximum benefit out of that. And but more number of reps for losing fat, slowly for increasing the weight or muscle mass as low as possible for that. Breathing, always remember, breathe out when you're putting force. Pushing can be when you're getting up from a squat or when you're pushing yourself back from down in push-up position, or when you're lifting yourself, your upper body up from a deadlift. In all these three positions, you are putting force or pressure. Always breathe out. Opposite of that, breathe in. That's it. Simple logics. Plank also, like plank, there is no problem. You can breathe from your wherever you're comfortable with. Ensure that your body gets enough amount of oxygen, and you're breathing well. That is the main point. When we are doing planks, and the lower body stretching that I showed it to you in the last. Even if you are not doing anything in the house, okay, you're sitting just in front of a laptop or computers or reading, you're not doing anything, just do these last 3-4 exercises that I showed for lower body. It will just, you will be amazed with the results. It has helped out a lot of people, including myself. Any amount of lower body injury that I was getting earlier, after this, I have not got anything. Plus, my lower body or my core has become much stronger from the time, because of which also I am preventing any of these injuries. So guys, you can also try and take advantage of whatever things and points that we discussed. Ensuring calorie deficit, excess for losing weight or gaining weight with the right kind of exercise that I told you. Combine these two things, you will definitely get the results that you want. What I'll what I'll be discussing with other ways by which I can actually work closely with all of you, and we will be getting out with some new things in coming few weeks, and we will see how we can increase this engagement wherein I can increase my bandwidth to all of you, because I definitely want all of you to take advantage and as much as possible in terms of knowledge, in terms of postures, in terms of techniques from me, so that you guys can see those amazing effects on your body. And yeah, I mean, I think I am. That's about the session that I wanted to cover up. Is there anything that so we have covered? I think everything in detail. Uh,
It was too good, Shashank. It was amazing. Like for a person who is new, like I am seeing it for the first time, and I feel it is completely. I have got a lot of information which is going to help me start off with my home workout. And yes, a lot of questions also were answered while you were doing it. So you did a wonderful, wonderful job of doing both the workout as well as answering all the questions. So I'm sure people will have a lot of questions even after this. But yes, as you all know, you can follow Shashank on his Instagram, and we will also bring him again for other upcoming sessions, and you can get to know more details. But I'm sure this is going to be very, very helpful for all of us. Uh, Anything that you would like to add on? I think you're sweating so much. I'm not sure if anybody else is, but
no, it's because the ACs are not still allowed in the gym, right? So that's what.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody enjoyed this full body workout session that they can do in simple steps at home. Not just the workout, but please remember the tips that Shashank has mentioned, because that is what is going to keep your workout sustainable for a longer time. Also, do not forget your pre-workout meal with our excess whey, your pre and post. Do not forget that, because as mentioned, protein is very, very important for losing weight and for gaining weight. Yeah. So can you put your Insta handle here on the chat? People are asking.
So this ID is same as my Insta handle. The ID from which I have logged in, Shashank SS087.
Okay.
Same as the login.
Okay. Also, yes, we as a part of the South marketing team, we are also coming up with a complete series, Transform with Shashank, very, very soon. This was just like a small teaser for that as a part of a nutrition week also. But for all the freaks, specifically looking at the workouts, you're going to have a lot of different things that Shashank is going to take us through step by step, one by one, in the series called Transform with Shashank. So Shashank has also put his Insta handle here for everybody to see. Please follow him. You can also get more idea, and you can also reach out to him if you have any such more doubts. So thank you so much, Shashank. There are no words that I can thank you enough for completing this nutrition week, because workout is as important as the nutrition that we take. So you actually completed this whole thing for us by showing us the right type of workout that we can do sitting at home. I'm sure it's not going to take us more than half an hour, but it will still help us.
Yeah, maximum half an hour. And I think this much time we should all allocate towards our body if we have to like keep it in a good maintained shape for a long time, because we can't actually push our actual age back. But we spoke about metabolic age. The only and only way by which you can push your metabolic age, which is irrespective of your actual age, your body's age will be much less. I might be right now 32, 33, but my metabolic age, if I calculate, is still 80. So my actual age might be 33, but I've kept my body in such a condition that it is as good as a body of an 18-year-old guy. So that's what metabolic age is.
Yes, it's like a huge inspiration for us. I'm sure with our beauty products, we already look younger, but with this, we can also bring down the metabolic age, as just mentioned. So thank you so much, all the participants. Thank you so much, our expert Shashank, who helped us here. I'm hoping I'm going to see you all very soon for our other upcoming sessions on Nutrition Week. We have a session tomorrow at 6 p.m. where we have an expert, Shilpa, talking about family nutrition. women and kids. Then on Sunday, we have Zumba, which will be at morning 7 a.m. So if you do not have those links, please get in touch with me or Joel. We will share the links with you. So once again, thank you so much, everybody, from my side and from Joel's side for joining us today for this session. And
thank you so much, Sai, for providing this opportunity, and Ambe to providing this opportunity to come and speak to everyone and share my knowledge and my experience. And it was wonderful. And thank you so much, Sai and Joel, for this support. And I look forward to have, first of all, looking forward for the Transform with Shashank series, and then looking forward to have such more sessions.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy, everybody. Thank you.